Welcome to another episode of National Divorce Talk Raw. Well, if you don't know, you are being informed that national divorce is now trending in the news. This is a very special episode of National Divorce Talk Raw because we're going to talk about how the topic of national divorce has exploded recently and is being talked about by everyone. We'll show you in just a second. Earlier today, the federal government decided to raid the house of former President Donald J. Trump in the city of Mar-a-Lago. Now, details are coming out, and we haven't studied it extensively, but it appears that what the stink is about is that Donald Trump did or is accused of taking some documents from the White House and bringing them to his house. And those documents shouldn't have left federal government property and are supposed to be with the National Archives. Maybe there's more to it. Perhaps that's not the whole thing, but roughly that's my understanding of what's going on. Let me show you a couple headlines just to bring everybody up to speed on the same thing. FBI search of Trump's Mar-a-Lago reunites conservative calls for civil war in the U.S. That came out very recently. Trump supporters are calling for a civil war after the FBI raid of Mar-a-Lago. Experts say political violence will heighten in the U.S. ahead of midterm elections. That's a key phrase. Republican lawmakers have also entertained the idea of states seceding from the United States. There you go. Civil war will end up being Joe Biden versus American patriots. So because his house was raided, there's a lot of people talking about civil war and national divorce coming forward. There's a couple different comments from different people here. So there's that. Now, Tim Pool is quite famous, and he did a little bit of a talk about this.
I'm not going to do the whole spiel for safeandreadymeals.com as I normally do, but there it is. Trump's attorney said the FBI. You might have seen videos like this before.
I'm going to give it 1 second. Sorry.
Anyone can make one of these videos of investigation. The Democrats are basically explaining what their goal is here, and it's to charges against Trump that would result in him being unable to hold office. This is the viral post that's going around, and many of you may be familiar with it because when Hillary Clinton destroyed those some 30,000 emails in violation of the law, many people said, doesn't this disqualify her from holding office? The Democrats didn't care. The DOJ didn't care. There was no accountability. Donald Trump may have some classified document held over from when he was president, and for this, they've raided his home. Banana Republic is trending, and so is national divorce. And I think that was the moment. Last night, I think that was it. There's the crossing of the Rubicon. When you have gone so far, it's done. In terms of the culture war.
So what Tim Pool is talking about is that conservatives view this as an unfair system. So in the conservative mind, Hillary Clinton had her email sent to a server outside of the federal government's authority, and she was directly reprimanded by the FBI live on television. But that's where it ended. Additionally, we now know that Hillary Clinton created the Steele dossier with money and used that to get the FBI to investigate Donald Trump. So the FBI was at least lied to or tricked by Clinton or people who work for her in order to get an investigation on Trump based upon nothing. So I do not like Trump. I think Trump is a bad person. I think he's shady and evil and did all sorts of stuff. I'm just talking about how it is a fact that the Clinton campaign created the Steele dossier, and they lied to everybody about how they did that, and they used that to get the FBI to investigate Trump. It is also a fact that Hillary Clinton had her server not under federal authorization and was reprimanded for being reckless with state security secrets by the FBI. Two facts. So now if you add those two up to this one, what conservatives are saying is, you didn't punish Hillary Clinton for releasing state secrets. You didn't punish Hillary Clinton for lying to the FBI or people around her. But you're going to punish Trump because he stole some archives. I'm not saying I agree with that analysis. I'm simply saying that's how conservatives view it. Liberals view this as a great day for justice and that just no one's above the law. And liberals are saying that conservatives are upset simply because they got Trump. That is a total lie. I'm not standing up for conservatives. I'm not standing up for Trump, but the statement by liberals that this is they're just mad that they got Trump is a total lie. Conservatives are upset because in their opinion, they feel that Hillary Clinton was treated with preference and is therefore above the law. But Donald Trump is investigated. Because of that, that sounds like using the government to attack a political rival. And that's why conservatives are saying this is a banana republic. Banana republic is another phrase for failed Latin American democracy, which is exactly what I've been telling all of you for years America's turning into. I've been saying America more resembles a failed Latin American state since I'm Latin, and I've been saying that for years. Now, for the first time, you have about half of America backing up my prediction. They're just using a different term. They're saying banana republic instead of failed Latin American democracy. But this is exactly what happens in failed democracies. One party gets into power, and then they use the apparatus of the government to attack the other party. Liberals don't see it that way, but conservatives definitely see it that way. And when you look at the fact that the FBI reprimanded Hillary Clinton about her server, and when you look at the fact that it is now considered a fact, not a conspiracy, but a fact that the Steele dossier was created and used to manipulate bad press on Trump, that does look like a political party using the political system. And those two things are hard facts. Not agreeing with the conservative viewpoint, but I just want you to know that's how they see it. And the reason that's important is because this is going to get worse. So as Tim Pool said, this is the crossing the Rubicon. This is in the mind of conservatives, the government saying, it's time for us to use the government to attack you more than they've ever done before. So they view the government as the deep state, and the deep state is going after Trump to a degree that they've never tried before. So if you're a Trump fan, you believe this is the big reveal. The enemy has revealed themselves, and it's as bad as it can be. Now, if you're not a Trump fan like myself, it looks like he misbehaved and the justice system worked. For many liberals, they're going to view this and go, well, the system works. But for many conservatives, it's going to appear tawdry and inaccurate. And they will continue to talk about national divorce because in their mind, the security state is turned on them. Now, here's where things get interesting. In the next couple of days, if it turns out that they found something serious, Donald Trump admitted to committing some dastardly crime, and they have evidence showing he was fully conscious of what he was doing, that would be pretty bad. But as one commentator said, if this turns out to be you went after Al Capone on tax evasion, people are going to be mad. So if this turns out to be he didn't turn in some paperwork at the archives and never have you prosecuted anybody for taking National Archive material before, and this is seen as a unique prosecution and nobody really goes after these kind of crimes ever, and it seems like a paperwork crime and like he really didn't do anything that serious, then it's going to get a lot worse. So if the evidence appears to be real and damning and hard and concrete, then it'll be good for America. But if it's not, then the conservatives are only going to drive more into that side, thinking that the deep state is against them. So I hope this doesn't turn out to be a simple archive documents were lost. This happens all the time, or it barely ever happens, but nobody's ever punished to this degree, because that would be ruinous for America and drive the country more towards national divorce. So that's what's going on. Let me show you a couple quotes just so you can get an idea. So if you go to Twitter and you type in national divorce, you can see right there Amber Boykin, a liberal, laughing at conservatives about national divorce. No one's above the law. Joey Bag of Donuts laughing at Trump supporters about their use of national divorce. But when he gets down there, there's other people talking about how they really want out now because so there's a lot of slams. There you go. A lot of slams on Donald Trump. But here's Erica C. Proverbs 31 QTEE. With this FBI raid, this furthers my thought that the election was stolen and that Trump truly is not part of the deep state. That was loved or liked by 1,300 people, almost as much as this one. There's some other one that was around 1,900. So you can see a lot of similarities between the amount of support for national divorce and making fun of people who are talking about that and people who are for it. Let me show you one more thing. So these are some of the actual quotes. Amber Boykin, morning coffee on my front porch. Dear, enjoying the raining. Trump supporters calling for a national divorce because unfortunately for them, no one is above the law. It's a wonderful Tuesday. Joey Bag of Donuts. National divorce would be a really bad for the future nation of Trump. Stand. Libertarian in chief, you think 87,000 new IRS agents will focus on the rich? National divorce. Libertarian Party, New Hampshire. Everybody knows that this is what's happening. The case for national divorce gets better by the day. Freedom for all, excellent idea. This would move the U.S. one step closer to national divorce. New Hampshire secession, 1984 was supposed to be a warning, not a manual. We need a national divorce. Jimmy Streich. I see national divorce as the radical right-wing terrorist rallying cry for Civil War 2.0, and I say let them go. That's Jimmy, a liberal, saying to conservatives, leave if you want national divorce. Mr. Snrub, I hate Trump, but if you can't see how dangerous this is and how far gone this country is, then you're a moron. National divorce. Erica C. with this FBI raid that furthers my thought that the election was stolen and that Trump is not part of the deep state. National divorce. The monotone one, it's time for a national divorce. America's politically broken. Chris, that one guy Murphy, national divorce is trending right because the right-wing goal is literally another civil war. Darth-tastic, national divorce would be best thing for both sides. The country will never come back together. Clean break, Darth-tastic. Retro Games HQ, 87,000 more reasons for a national divorce. Jonathan M. Katz, blue check in award secession. General Harry T. Hayes. Anybody at this point against national divorce is just another miserable clown that hates for others to be free. Hashtag secession. Goodbye, Inc. Tomorrow we will fly the Confederate flag. Time for secession. Biff Tannen's dual timeline, former United States. This will cause secession. Carmine Sabia, blue check. It is time for national divorce before there is a civil war. We cannot be part of the same nation anymore. Sexy Skeleton says, because my liberal neighbor would literally send my conservative friends and family to a re-education camp if they had the chance. Great Plains Patriot says, this is a real question, not hyperbole. Are we nearing the point where secession needs to be on the table? Brandy says, I don't want to share a country with these people anymore. Hashtag stand with Trump. Hashtag national divorce. Red, Congress is a mafia. It's broken and corrupt. National divorce, split the country. Mac, Kinsey et Kinsey Tough. Division is natural. Forced unity is unsustainable. National divorce. Lone Star Warrior America wants a national divorce from the lying, cheating, no good, nothing, grifting traitor Trump. That's a liberal calling for a national divorce. The D.C. office of Dewey. I'm all for a national divorce. No need to waste my tax dollars to line politicians' pockets. Jenga Jimothy. Remember, they don't care about your issues. They hate you. National divorce. Mike Christmas. National divorce. Hashtag we the people. You know this flag. Fly this flag. You know its meaning. Make it viral because now more than ever it has meaning. Anti-war AF at Ben Heckman. It's actually really simple. We're so divided because we're forced to live together. National divorce. So you saw a series of screenshots of people talking about national divorce. You can go on Twitter and check it out for yourself. That's what's happening. That's why it's going on. The next few days are going to be critical, as we had a brief analysis here at Yes California. We said that basically by Friday, you're going to find out if this is going to get much worse or not. So the key part is going to be evidence. If the evidence comes out and it's really strong, this will get tamped down. If the evidence is less than super strong and it comes out seeming like you're prosecuting Al Capone for tax evasion while not going after the real crimes he committed, then we expect the calls for national divorce to get much worse, as the feeling that the system is arbitrarily attacking Trump would only increase. That's our analysis. Trying to keep you informed of the news. The media just won't.